if you go to a trade recruitment company and say, we have multiple clients that need your services, let's work together for X amount per month. I'm still making it human at the moment because there is no point in making it as automated as it could be. A total of around 3 hours to 2 to 3 hours a day, then it's probably realistic. If you don't think that's going to change, then it's probably not going to be the case. If you allow yourself to push it back, then there's clearly some... Why do you want to push it back? Alrighty, so welcome to this week's video, everybody. It's actually the 4th week of these new videos, so let me know your thoughts below. Let me know, obviously, a lot of people have been, DMing me privately about the videos and the kind of change of style because it's a brand new type of video I'm making. I wanted to purposely kind of make more of a week in my life, just kind of documenting my life in terms of what I'm doing with my business and everything in between. So I hope you enjoy it. Let me know your thoughts below, and nonetheless, I'll stop rambling and let you enjoy the rest of the video. Nonetheless, thanks for watching and enjoy the video.
Hello, good evening. I can hear you.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
But lovely. Yeah, no worries. Okay, well, thanks again for your time. No, not too long, but yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow. Thanks again.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
No?
Yeah.
So
So I think let me look at automations. I think the only thing I might need to change are what I mentioned in the first Loom video or the second Loom video about tags, because a few things have changed. I think I want to simplify visually the onboarder anyway, the onboarding setup. I just want to make it less wordy. Like, I've written it as if I'm helping you to get set up, not anybody. Like, getting you set up in my cells, yes, this is go eye level. Like, it's just a bit fucking random. Make it a bit more of a procedure. I just need to go through the processes tomorrow and Sunday for like the tags that might be different. Like, whenever they create, in order to create a task, they just have to write the word task, update the status, and whenever they add an email, it adds it to email sequence automatically. And that's really the only changes. And that's good, I think. Well, it's balancing human interaction, because there's no reason. I mean, I'm still making it human at the moment because there is no point in making it as automated as it could be, because you kind of don't want it to be. You still want human interaction when you can have it, even when you don't need. The thing that's a trade-wide issue, because it's the thing that's basically the small business problem, is whether it's a plumber, an electrician, a landscaper, a remodeler. Like, it's these small businesses that are only maybe 1 or 2 people, and the cost of growth is too painful for them. So they really need to get like 5 or 10. Basically, it's that small business like trap where they're not making enough where they can actually expand and get more employees and make more profit, because they basically either have to make a lot very quickly or actually cut back on their life income. And like, because at the end of the day, they are their own business. So yeah, it's kind of like, in that situation, you that kind of idea could work amazingly well. It's just that you obviously need to, like, you need to sell them on the idea of, look, you can take someone on and just take 20 to 30% of what they make, and the rest is their salary. And so that's an extra thing you can do, because it doesn't cost anything else to you. You just make 10-20% of the project price instead of 100%. And like, it can be a good way of almost like franchising the work out. I mean, I guess what you could do is to kind of solve that problem in one, is honestly providing the marketing services, which is basically just providing them with more clients for the actual recruitment companies. So it's like, if you go to a trade recruitment company and say, we have multiple clients that need your services, so let's work together for X amount per month.
Yeah.
That way we are literally being the middleman.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Keeping busy. Yeah,
what's up? Oh.
I'm always here to try and see what's going to work for you. Yeah. The main thing is, if you don't think you're going to have at least 2 to 3 hours of any point in the day, whether it's early in the morning from 9 or whatever, or even up until late at night, if you have 2 to 3 hours a day, roughly, like whether it's at any point in the day, if you have a total of around 3 hours to 2 to 3 hours a day, then it's probably realistic. If you don't think that's going to change, then it's probably not going to be the case. Because I mean, I can give you UK numbers and I can give you US numbers. So basically any time from 9 a.m. UK time until like into the early hours of the next morning in the UK time for the US calls. So it's, if you think that that's something you can do, and obviously you can, carry on. Obviously, yeah, if you need another week to like, I mean, what do you think? Do you think that you're going to have that like time per day? You have to contact the customer in the first place in some way, whether you're paying for ads or whether you're reaching out to them, which is why obviously in the end you will have closes. I'm doing my own closing right now. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to have to, like, I can help you if you're trying to start an agency properly. It just comes down to outreach. I don't know how much you've done before to try and get an agency going. But yeah, I'd say if that's your biggest priority, I would give up calling and either call yourself. Like if you put an hour or two into calling yourself and then you put the rest of the time into doing email campaigns and whatever else it might be and starting the content for the agency, you can get a client within the next like month and make your first $1,000 or $2,000 and then just start and then leave the country and then basically work wherever you want to work in the world, because you can basically live in most parts of the world for around 1 to 2k a month quite comfortably. Obviously they don't take up all of your time anyway. They only take like 4 or 5 hours a week each at most, so you've still got hours and hours every day to get more and more clients. And you've obviously, if you're living, it's just going to be able to get things going basically within like probably a couple of weeks from now, to be fair. Like if you can carry on whatever you were doing before, just do that again and keep doing it. You want to do the return on the ad spend, not on the profit, because you can't. As an agency, you have to say, okay, we're going to charge 10% on the return on the ad spend, whatever you make. So if you make 50k this month, we charge 10% of the 50k you make, and you have to go by that. Yeah, and I would say, I mean, the way I'm doing it is it's 10% up to 100k in ad spend return, and then it's 5% after that, and that's normally a decent amount because they can, businesses can afford 5 to 10%. Why not? But why are you giving yourself excuses to not do it? If you ask yourself how is it possible, you'll keep giving yourself reasons as to why is it potentially not possible. Because whatever you think is right at the end of the day. Like if you believe you can make 100k a month by January, then you'll figure out a way to do it. If you figure out a way to not do it, then you'll figure out a way to not do it. This has been like a year of trying to work out how to not procrastinate for myself. But at the end of the day, if you know what you want to be doing and you actually have a tangible goal, which is great, and then you kind of know when you want to be doing it, but you keep if you allow yourself to push it back, then there's clearly why do you want to push it back? In the past, like couple of months, I've been leveraging appointment setters and I've been getting commission-based callers to come in and been working on building up that team. So now I'm at the point where if I don't perform, I am responsible for my team now. Even though they're only commission-based and it's just a small team, like it's still, whether it's 5 people or 5,000 people, like my responsibility is now for them and not just for myself. So I have to, and a lot of the times we're not going to be responsible for ourselves as much as other people, which is why you actually sometimes even want to find external factors that are causing you to either stop or not start in some way. Alrighty, so Saturday afternoon. I've not actually made any summaries, I don't think, yet this week, but obviously, yeah, welcome to this week's video anyway. Obviously, I know you've seen the intro, but yeah, it's been a pretty busy couple of days. That's why I've not really had time to make any kind of summaries or anything so far this week, but let me know your thought of last week's video as well. Obviously, loads of interviews last week and was onboarding people at the end of last week, but yeah, as of the end of this week, which is last week, from when you're watching this weekend is just basically onboarding all those new cold callers, getting ready to onboard everybody on Monday. I was going through yesterday on Friday, last Friday that is, with Rafin, just kind of going through the calling setup and onboarding setup with everybody that joins, because naturally I've just been updating things and trying to streamline the process, add new automations to my sales calling account, and just kind of making things as efficient and effective as possible. So I've added those changes to it, but also now had to update and walk through the new onboarding setup with Rafin as well to make sense of everything. But yes, we've got lots of progress, onboarding a few people this weekend and making lots of good progress for the week ahead. So yes, very good progress, and we'll see where the rest of the week takes us. But yeah, very good end to this week anyway. We'll see where next week goes. Alrighty, so Sunday night, it's 6:50 p.m. I'm about to do a call with the team to just kind of go over it. I've called it a marketing masterclass, but it's basically just to kind of cover everything we do as an agency, like kind of gonna not really explain like my life or anything, but just kind of dive into marketing. And it is gonna basically be like a beginner's guide to marketing and kind of what marketing is about, what marketing kind of summarizes and encompasses in terms of things you can do in the marketing world and with business and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, if I include this in the video, then obviously this is just before it's about to be happening, and then obviously we'll go through that, and then that will be going into the late evening. So yeah, see how that goes, and we'll see you on that call. Okay, so welcome guys to anybody that is watching or listening to this back. Welcome to this kind of marketing masterclass of sorts. Right, this is going to be the most, hopefully, for anybody that understands what advertising and marketing is, probably quite generic and very basic. Wanting to dive into the basics of what marketing is, what I've learned about marketing kind of the hard way from have a background in filmmaking. So my background was I had to learn how to market my own films and my own projects instead of just learning how to do it for any kind of financial reason or for any job or whatever it might be. If you don't understand the fundamentals of it, the basics of it, i.e. if you can't explain it to a child, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough yourself. So yeah, to summarize that, in my opinion, from having done marketing now since when did I first ever promote films and things like that? I mean, I guess my first ever YouTube videos, which were when I was like 14, 15, so basically 10 years ago now, although that wasn't really professionally, I could say. It was just like for fun on YouTube. I looked at what marketing was in more detail than just doing it without really realizing I'm doing it, if that makes sense. To me, it's just always been like, okay, marketing is all about just getting attention in some way, shape, or form. And the reason I kind of came to that stupidly simple conclusion is because whenever you look at the most like creative or innovative like marketing campaigns, it ultimately just comes back to these group of people that manage to create mass attention in some way. If you look at any like very well done marketing campaign, whether it's an advert that's just again got attention, like it's always about like getting as many eyeballs as possible. That is basically everything to do with marketing, obviously massively summarized in a lot of my own opinions just sprinkled through there, but I hope that makes sense, guys. Obviously, yeah. Alrighty, so it is Sunday night at 7:55, and I just came off the kind of marketing masterclass call. That's at least what I called it for the sales team in our server, and just been kind of going over kind of the basics and fundamentals of marketing, as well as like what our services are, and kind of just jumping into like a brief call about like who we are, what we do, and what marketing is anyway. So that was a pretty good call, actually. Had a few questions as well on that, which was amazing. And yeah, overall this week so far, to end off this week as of last week from when you're watching this, very productive week. Been working a lot with the kind of obviously getting new setters ready for onboarding call this Monday coming, and then working a lot with the automations inside of my sales for calling, and working out the email side of that and the calling side of that, and also kind of updating and refreshing, kind of giving our onboarding setup in our Discord a bit of a revamp as well, so that is as seamless and effective as possible given the new updates we've had over the past couple of weeks with some of the calling software. So yeah, amazing end to the week, and we'll see where the rest of the week takes us, but it's an amazing week so far. We'll see where next week goes. Hey man, how you doing? My main question is kind of what makes you want to get into like a position like this, because your background is a lot more in like kind of markets and in like coding and crypto. So yeah, just kind of curious about that. Like cliche interview question is like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? But kind of more like short term is like, just where do you naturally kind of want to be within the next, like, I don't know, 6 to 12 months or so? Like where do you want to be exactly? If you could like kind of think of it right now. Okay, so, right. So to begin with onboarding, I will just tag all of the chats that you guys need to go through, which is mainly just one to begin with. And more or less, I just basically walk through the step-by-step process now, and then I'll just let you guys continue with that. You can watch the Loom video in the background. They're only a few minutes long. You can watch them now or another time. Doesn't matter. But either way, let me just quickly walk through this now. So, but yeah, hope that all makes sense. And yeah, again, if you have any questions, let me know, tag me or send me a message privately, and I'll be happy to help. Hope that makes sense, everybody. And yeah, thanks for your time, guys, this morning. And
Thank you, man.
yeah, I'll see you all around. Happy calling. I'll let you all know in the main chat when I have the list available, and I'll tag you individually anyway. But yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
All your time.
Hello.
How you doing, man? You doing good? So what's the problem? Like, just how to do it?
Yeah, like how to.
Was that the offer? Like, it depends on the offer and what you're trying to provide. Like, if you're not trying to provide them with clients, then it's not necessarily bad. If you are, like, it depends on what your offer is. If you're just offering them a convenience service, like your man mentions, or a performance service, they're two different things. Like, if you're just gonna be saving them some time and money and managing their social media accounts for them, then they shouldn't expect you to have to make them more money. You're just saving them time and money. You can put a hiring post, just create a job post. Like, that's why you kind of want a personal brand or a business brand as well, social media and LinkedIn, because then you can just put like one job posting a week up. You can hire an appointment setter, you can hire Facebook ads people, Google people, copywriters, whatever it is, and you just hire people for, like, you know, if it's like, I don't know, $300 per client per month, or like manage up to 10 clients for like $1,000 a month type of thing. And then literally like Iman's videos used to be. You said you watched them, so yeah, it's just go back through a couple of his videos and he explains how to do it. So it's, yeah, just go through them. Have a good one. Good luck with it.
Thank you so much.
No worries. See you guys. Alrighty, so Monday night. It's been a pretty kind of unexpectedly busy day today. I had about four interviews in the end. I had the onboarding call with our setters from last week's interviews and the week before's interviews that missed last week's onboarding. So that was technically our first ever like official onboarding call, because we've never done official onboarding calls before, because we've tried to make the process as straightforward as possible, that you don't really need to be on a call with us. But I think it did streamline the process, and it kind of eliminates any potential like further questions. And my hair's going, I need to have a haircut. My hair's just like in one of those situations where this just happens a lot because of the length. But anyway, change the subject, because yeah, it's been a busy day nonetheless. Tomorrow I should actually be filming VSL, video sales letter, hopefully, so that should be a pretty cool day. Might try to film bits around that, or I've at least got notes together ready to try and potentially film some of it. We'll see what happens though. But either way, yeah, really productive day today. Interviewed people, got a bunch of new setters joining next week, and obviously onboarded this lot. So yes, very good start to the week, and we'll see where the rest of the week goes. But yeah, great start so far. An email going, like, just, you know, if you just an email offer that's like, we've got this new offer for people that want to save $300 a year or something, $50 a year. Yeah. And then you get a good like half the people. I would, once I can afford to, and then you already got people like me on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, now I can actually unmute myself. The ones that immediately as an agency owner, okay, agency life made easier. That gets my attention. Running agency life costs so much.
I'm never gonna disrespect cold colors ever again.
Yeah, it's not the easiest way to start, but it's certainly rewarding. And he had a big trouble with like the language barrier. He was able to speak English, but trouble with like the language barrier and just like the accent, complete immediate sales resistance. You kind of, what did I say to him? Yeah, like use your disadvantages as a competitive advantage.
Yeah.
Like, just instead of having it as a barrier, use it as just your way to get into a conversation. There you go. Nice. Yeah, I don't know why for some reason, I don't know what happened. Did you get any like emails from TidyCal or anything? Awesome, man. Yeah, I'll send you the agreement this week, and then we'll get going with everything. But yeah, thanks for coming on the call anyway. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. What's the reason for sharing this thing? And then if you don't like, because if you're doing it just to share it with like friends and followers and people, then it's like, don't go out of your way to just post it everywhere like a business. Yeah. Unless that's what your intention is. Alrighty, so that is about it for this week's video. It's now like Thursday midday. I'm just in the middle of editing this video for this week, but yeah, that is about it. I don't know if I have included yesterday's Wednesday summary, but I actually ended up migrating my Wix website over to MySales because I've been using MySales for basically everything recently, and obviously CRM for the team for cold calling and outreach and just putting everything in there. It's amazing for websites, funnels, and everything in between. So if you do want to check out MySales, by the way, I'll leave a link below to check out, you know, their website, their landing page, and everything in their offers, because it's truly insane value for what they're providing. But yes, that's about it. We had a lot of interviews last week and a couple this week as well, onboarding everybody on Monday, so it was a very productive week. Hopefully next week will be as productive. Obviously you'll see that all next week, but nonetheless, thanks very much for watching this video. Hope it was enjoyable to watch, maybe learn some stuff, or I've certainly learned stuff all week. But yeah, nonetheless, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next week.